Jim, after that milestone was reached, what was the celebration like for you?
Just trying to see as many people as I could. Have my family there, all of them, brothers, sisters, kids, mom and dad, cousins, everybody, brothers-in-law, and then our family, football family, all the parents, grandparents, just people that you're family with, your two great loves, your team at work and the team at home, all together, sharing and just beautiful moment, just perfect season, perfect time. It was awesome, and it was great.
Having lived it, and you told me that into the wee hours of the morning, you were watching it replay on television. Yeah. How were you watching that game? Were you watching that as a coach? Hey, we should have fit this run better. We should have done that better. Or were you watching it as a fan and sort of enjoying the accomplishment?
Mostly as a fan. Just a little bit as a coach every now and again. But it was great. My son Jimmy was there. Addie, her friend Kate, my brother-in-law John Fearborn. We had just sitting on the couch, just watching it and just running it back. It was great to enjoy. I really felt like I was really into that game. Not that I missed too much, as far as the football part of it. But yeah, just the cool, here comes Will Johnson's interception. I mean, what a playmaker. Our guys, they just make the magic happen. That's what a playmaker does. They make the magic happen when it needs to happen. Blake Corum, Donovan Edwards, J.J. McCarthy, Junior Colson, Mike Samersell, Chris Jenkins, Jalen Harrell, so many guys stepped up and made the play when it needed to be made.
You deflect, you praise your players, you talk about how it's about the players, and it is. It's what makes a great coach. What was the first quiet moment like for you when you sort of were alone with this accomplishment?
The first time I felt, I thought about it, personally, got back into the locker room after we met, as the team and sang the victors. Went back into this coaching, back to my locker, and I just felt like, all right, cool. Now I can finally hold my head up in my own family. Not be the one that, couldn't win the big one. My dad, Jack, won the national championship in 2002 with the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers, and brother John won the Super Bowl 2012 and 2013 Super Bowl. And I'm so proud of him, it's my brother, my best friend, earned it. And my dad, just one of the great coaches of all time. He doesn't get the credit that way, but he's so much, one of the greatest of all time coaches. So yeah, to be able to, go to dinner, and not have to sit over at the little kids' table and get with the.
Hey, it's a great line. Did you really feel that?
That is
Why?
exactly just how I felt. I don't know. It's just cool. I don't know.
Is it the competitive side? It
just felt good.
No, I know that, but I mean, did you
be
really
part of that
feel
family?
lesser?
Just blessed to be part of that family. I mean, I had nothing to do with being born into a mom like Jackie Harbaugh, a dad like Jack Harbaugh. I mean, that was gifts from above. And my dad, I always wanted to make him proud. I've always wanted to do that, I think we have. I didn't think it needed to win a national championship to make my dad proud. I know he is. I know how he feels about me and all his kids, Joni, John, and everybody. But just felt good to do that. So his son, he could have that moment. My mom could have that moment. Just the way I feel for our players, that they could have that moment. I mean, that their parents know what it's like to have a son who's a national championship. My son did that. That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful gift to give your parents. That you wouldn't be here without them. And they raised you and poured into you so much. I am who I am because of what my parents poured into me. Blake Corum is who he is because of what his parents poured into him. All the amount of times where the moms drove these guys to workouts, to games. I mean, how do we get 4 kids to, one's got to be here, one's got to be there? How do these moms do it? They're superheroes. That's who I feel great for. I feel great for the families of our players. I feel great for the players themselves, their grandparents. Feel great for my family, my kids. My kids know. Yeah, my dad's a national champion too. It's a wonderful thing.
From a Michigan standpoint, winningest program in the history of the sport. It's been a long time since you've been on this mountaintop, and it really only one time in more than half a century. What's the significance of sort of planting the flag? We're not just a program that's won for a long time. Yeah. We're an elite championship level program right now.
It feels great. We look at the national championship banners in our indoor football field, Glick, and we wanted to redecorate it. We wanted to put another banner up there. I mean, that's been a mission of ours, and our guys came through. They did it. They did that. They did it. And nobody can take that away. Nobody can take away that joy. Nobody can take away that feeling. And it was nothing magical, nothing fancy. It was just good old-fashioned hard work, good old-fashioned teamwork.
How fair do you think the media has been to you? It's kind of one of those irrelevant things, really. And you just don't get bitter; you get better, no matter what. Have found a lot of success in that. No matter what, being maligned. Maybe you think you're getting treated unfairly. Maybe you're having success. Maybe you've been wronged in some way. Maybe you're angry. My go-to is always just go find some work to do, and it's been a really good strategy. It's paid off well in a lot of ways. Somebody wrongs you. I mean, you could get bitter, but it's not productive. It's not going to help you in any way. Don't get bitter. Get better. Change the I to an E. And no matter what it is, if it's something at work, then I find work stuff to do. Sometimes it happens at home. I mean, get hollered at. I'll get hollered at by Sarah, and my first reaction, okay, I'm gonna go find some work to do in the yard. Gonna go cut the grass. Just always seems like the better option, and you get something done. Plus, it frees your mind. Cleanses the soul, and you get something done. And a lot of the time, you figure out the thing to do that's going to, the resolution to your problem. Not every time, but most of the time. So that's always been and having success, same thing. Something great goes your way. Well, let's go find some work to do so we can keep this going. It's always the right answer, no matter how I'm getting treated. I just want to go find some more work to do. You bring up a couple of things I think that are pretty interesting. When you made the playoff, you and I talked, and I asked you about the perception given the things that had happened away from the field, and you said, well, one thing's for sure, it doesn't diminish the accomplishment. Then I noticed last night you actually used the word, hey, we're innocent here and we're champions. So what is the perception now? How much do you care about the perception of what this is going to be from this point forward?
I don't know. I think it's going to be what people, it seems like if I had one thing I could change, it's just that, you know, I think Americans, a big percentage of Americans, you know, they just believe what they hear. You know, they believe what they read. When I was in 6th grade, I had a teacher, you know, in English who, you know, introduced the idea of critical reading. You know, don't believe everything you read. Don't believe everything you hear. I think it's like believe half of what you see. You know, but yeah, that's something. You know, just don't have the time to control, you know, what people say, you know, what people think. I mean, there's just we go back to work. That's what we do. You know, that's the way we control that uncontrollable. I mean, but there's haters. There's people that like to eat the hater tots and drink their haterade. You know, I mean, okay, while you're doing that, we're gonna be finding some work to do.
And so there are decisions to be made for you, for your players, finding work to do, whether that is continuing to build Michigan or exploring other opportunities. How will you evaluate what your work to do is next and what work you find to do next?
We're gonna enjoy. It was such a great feeling last night, celebrating as we just talked about, and really cool to wake up this morning and hey, it wasn't a dream. That was real. That even felt almost just as good as last night. And we want to take a happy flight back to Ann Arbor, Michigan. And the guys want a parade. So, gosh darn it, let's give them a parade. I'm looking forward to that too. And then you know, see what happens. No man knows the future. Nobody can predict that. That's biblical. And you know, right now it feels pretty darn good.
How does being a champion and restoring your alma mater to a championship status impact decisions you will make? Because you're going to have opportunities. And
everybody says that, you know.
Yeah.
Everybody says that. I don't know, you know. Who knows that?
But how does it impact your thinking about how you will evaluate it?
I don't know. I mean, we could peel back the onion and you know, different layers of emotion and what are you going to think and how are you think. All I know is this. I'm living right now. This is incredible, and you chase perfection. You know, it's what you do, you know, every day, and you seldom attain it. I mean, you hope to achieve excellence along the way, but to actually do it, to have that perfect season, it's good. Going to try to enjoy that for, at least. My dad has a 24-hour rule. I think we made it a 48-hour rule, but at least going to get to 24 hours.
And then, so what's the time frame when you need to decide?
I don't know that. I don't know. I appreciate the interest that you have and others have. I don't know. I don't have that answer for you right now.
Well, I've always said, if somebody else doesn't want your coach, sooner or later you won't either. So it's a good thing for somebody else to be interested, I guess. Jim,
appreciate it.
Thanks a lot. And so let's end it this way. Who's got it better than you?
I know the answer to that one.
You do?
Nobody.